drawing Among Us Crewmate, the basics, the very, very basics of the Among Us Crewmate. If you love, Among Us, this is it, all right? Really step-by-step, easy. One of the easiest lessons, I think, on this whole page. Stay all the way to the very end because it's very, very short. And you'll have the whole thing in your long-term memory. You'll be able to draw it from your mind from now on. All right? Let's hop right in. Alrighty, so let's jump into this. First thing I do here is I'm going to draw a curved line at the top here. And right here, curve. Going to go over here along this left side, kind of connecting that. Same way. Go over here. This side. Curve over here, and then curve underneath. This side. Right on. Gonna draw a kind of curve across this as well to kind of show the just the curvature of it, right? It's like you're showing the reflectivity, right? The reflective part. Let's do a circle over here, and you have that essentially that the visor of the crewmate. Forgive me, I'm getting over being sick. I'm like pretty much fine now, but like I have a little bit when I talk, I start to get a little bit of like dryness in my throat, and I like kind of cough a little bit. So I'm gonna go over here, curve around the top. Go over here down. Pulling that long line down. It's going to be a slight curve. Nothing too wild, but out there enough. Go over here at the front here. Pulling down, same thing. Just going to throw like that same slight curve that that guy has. Over here underneath. Curve underneath. For one of the legs, pulling up, and then curve in right here for the lower body. Gonna go the same thing over, same route. I like to have the left leg a little bit higher than the front leg, like to make it look like front and back. You know what I mean? So the over here, up. Over here, the halfway through line. So we're marking off kind of the places where the backpack is going to be, because backpack's going to be aligned with like the lower body there, and then top of the backpack is going to be aligned off with the visor. So that's really important to kind of take into account. And then now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go pull out a little bit and then curve down, pull in. Right, we're gonna have that point, pull in, up. Everything on top of this is gonna be detail. So I'm gonna throw like a thin line here, up, overhand this line, maybe up there. These things are meant to give the picture more dynamic and a little bit more dimension. You're throwing that on there as a way for it's funny, I say this a lot and people don't laugh at it. It's a way to make it look like it took more work than it did, right? You're throwing on, and these are thin lines, by the way. Every detail line is thinner than normal. It doesn't have to be, don't worry about it, but it's cooler. Like I can give you an example of a really thick detail line. Let's take this guy and make this thin and make it thin as it goes up. See, it's another thick line. Over here, same thing. And you can usually make the bottom lines thicker for the reasons that one second. because they're lower on the page. They're lower, and so because it's lower, you're gonna absolutely make it look a little bit more like regular traditional. You know, it looks like we're looking at it at the regular lighting that we look at everything, right? Everything has lighting coming from up to down, everything, right? So it kind of gives it that grounded feel, like we have like, cool, this guy has a base right here. But let's pull one up here, and this is just because it's reflective. Line over here. Excuse me. You can kind of put some even hard stuff here, like maybe, because the idea is that the reflection is here, right? So there could be little, like, you could do little squares which symbolize buildings in there. And it looks like he's standing outside like a cityscape. Again, these are just hard things like so, right? And you can kind of create that. And I don't think I've seen other channels go over this. Maybe they have. But like a bird over there. You can kind of put like a small little, like, again, these are all silhouettes, but in just his face mask there. And you can kind of give it, again, a dimension that you really didn't think was possible. Just from a very, very simple outline, because these guys have really simple designs, right? Like these crewmates are real simple. Alright, and that's pretty much it. You can always put on different attributes on them as well if you'd like. That's another thing. Or you can even throw some other dimensional lines here, because this part right here looks so dead, right? I feel like I wish there was something you can do, but I don't think there is. The most you can do right here is draw like a curve here around the visor itself. Alright, and they're like so. And here. Just giving it, again, a little bit of dimension there. Alright, and if you want to keep learning how to draw and keep pushing your skills, go right here to this video on here on this side. That video I put because it's the exact same theme as the video you just saw, and it I like it as a bit of a pair. So absolutely go check that out right now, another short video.